So I guess the only way to catch a thief is to corner him, and that's why we're standing here in the corner of the Square Enix booth at E3 with Stefan. Thief, you teased the reboot of Thief many a year ago.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about the process that you went through in sort of re-envisioning Thief and how you started out with that?
Okay. First, I really love your introduction. Really cool. So, you're right. A long time ago, we talked about, we're going to reinvent this classic franchise. So keep in mind, when we the first time we talked about that, it was really to help the recruitment, to say, hey, in Montreal, where we will start to work on that. So, we're building the team and stuff like that. But you're right, it's a long time now, and it's been that's an interesting challenge because we have to be really respectful with this franchise. There is, even if there is 10 years between the last game and this one available in 2014, 10 years is in between, there is a lot, people are still in love with this franchise. So we have to be really respectful. We must understand why people are still in love with it, to understand the pillars, the DNA of this franchise. So it's been an interesting challenge. Also, it's next gen, so next gen brings challenge. So that's why it's it's been interesting. But finally, that's why I'm with you today, because we finally are ready to talk about it.
Yeah, and I guess there are some similarities in how you went about with Deus Ex Human Revolution, in the sense that the Thief franchise also has some old titles that people really love, and perhaps they didn't love the most recent one as much. And the same was sort of true for Deus Ex. I mean, they're completely different games, of course, but was there any similarities in your approach to sort of reinventing them?
Yeah, it's absolutely. It's that's cool to have them, Deus Ex, in the same studio, because you're right. It was a couple of years ago. It was them in front of the mic and giving interview, and having that pressure behind them. And thanks to them, because it's been a big success with them, people now are willing to give us a chance. Eidos Montreal proved that they know how to reinvent a classic franchise. So now, thanks, they gave us the permission. The fan gave us the permission to give it a try. The objective here, it's really not to reinvent the stealth and trying to change everything. It's more about the giving you the fantasy to be a master thief. There is not a lot of product on the market. A lot of product is you're a killing machine, you're a soldier, it's about killing. Us, it's about to steal and not to kill. And it's kind of unique. So we work very hard to bring you in this universe and convince you that you are this master thief. And after that, the gameplay will follow. The stealth mechanic, the infiltration and stealing, and all these gameplay loop will support this intention to convince you that you are this master thief. If you know well the franchise, you should be comfortable. I mean, we really respect that universe, the city and stuff like that. We decided to let behind us the magical aspect. It used to have this in the first title. Let's say we talk more about mystical. It's not steampunk also. First was more steampunk. It's not steampunk now. So that is behind. But for the rest, it's really the same universe, the same. The narrative aspect is really important. Thief used to have a great story with a lot of layers in this story. Same thing for us this year. So it's. I think it's a good mix, but we bring new features. For example, the focus. I really like this feature. I think it's really why Garrett is a master thief. Why is so unique and special? According to us, the focus is part of the explanation. It helps you to increase your ability in some area. That said, I know that some people are nervous. I know that some people will say that, yeah, but a real master thief should not use it. So don't worry, you will be able to disable it if you want. But give it a try. I think it's well done. It's really connected with the story. It's not something out of nowhere. But yeah, all that together To make a game, it's possible. To have right to put the thief sticker on the box, it's another thing. So that's why we don't want also to reinvent everything. We want to bring back this franchise, and we want to make sure that people, why they are in love with this franchise is because they want to see something back, you know. So we don't want to change everything here. So the bow, it's not because all video game today speaking has a bow. All right? It's because it's really part of his tool since the beginning. I want to mention it. You're right, it's really a powerful weapon. And this weapon is cool because with a bow there is arrows. And these arrows will really support how you want to play this game. Because I really want to give you a lot of freedom. If you want to be aggressive or if you want to be a perfect ghost, it's up to you, it's your game. You pay for it, so play it like you want. With the arrow and with the bow and the arrows, if you are that type of ghost and you want to create your own shadow path, you are going to fall in love with the water arrow. But if you are a kind of more aggressive guy, you're going to fall in love with much more aggressive arrows that we're going to reveal in the future. So there is no judgment from us. You play like you want, and we're going to support that.
Throughout the experience, or will you sort of pace players through and sort of introduce them to different kinds of arrows, or will that freedom be available right from the start?
Not right from the start. That type of game is a question of balance. It's really fragile. Honestly, it's a big challenge for us to make sure that, you know, the progression is well, you are comfortable, the challenge is just growing and growing. And also, Garrett, you start and you are the master thief at the beginning. So it's a kind of big challenge for the game designer and level designer.
You get even better towards the end.
But that's it. So you're a thief, you're going to pick and loot a lot of stuff. So we're going to give you the possibility to upgrade, to buy a couple of arrows, different tools. So yeah, it's I think the progression should be challenging. Keep in mind also, you're a thief, so another very powerful tool is the ends, and we have a couple of gameplay with the ends. So for example, in this demo, there is the frame search. It's so classic. I mean, you're a thief, and maybe there is a safe behind the frame. So you really check and click and. It's just great, and the ends are so. With the next gen, it feels that it's your own ends. So I really like this feature.
That's also a little bit of a touch that you brought in, sort of the hands to sort of just make sure that people understand how tactile. It's sort of bringing the player into the world by using the hands as you move across walls and things like that.
Absolutely. The immersion is so important in this game. I really want to convince you that you are in this city. And the end helps a lot, you know. It's when you peek, you know, when you check, and when you see the end like that. I wish that after a few seconds, when you're going to peek, it's going to be your ends. I will see probably my rings. I mean, it's me, you know. The immersion is so great because it's first person. So if I want to pickpocket, I will be very close, and it's tactile, like you said. So it's really. A good tool for us also to to ground you in this universe. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for your time.
It's been a pleasure, Mister. Thanks.
Thanks.